channel. You know what time it is, No Press fam. Welcome all to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment where we take multitudes of characters from across many universes and have them battle it out. I am your gracious host, Class. And if you enjoy our content, share, like, subscribe, and become a No Press fan member. We put out new episodes every week. Also, if you want to learn about origins or abilities, check out our playlist titled Brief Origins or BAF. With introduction said, let's get down to the beating. Representing DC Comics, the Terrifics. Now here is the end game on their end. If the team splits up and takes each member one-on-one, for example, Metamorpho could work on Human Torch. Yes, you heard me, not the Thing. Now hear me out. Plastic Man can keep the Thing busy for a little while, so Metamorpho can take the Human Torch first. Rex has every element on the tip of his fingertips, meaning he has plenty to work with to burn out Human Torch's flames. Once he does that, 2-on-1 against Ben Grimm. Both Plastic Man and Metamorpho are dangerous to have to deal with all at once. Eventually, again, Metamorpho might have the ingredients to slow or stop himself, considering the Thing is made of some sort of element. Now, it's just trying to figure out what beats rock. Plastic Man can hold a grip around his body, as Mr. Fantastic has done in the comics to restrain him. I'm talking about Ben Grimm. This will slow him down or allow Metamorpho to get his damaging shot in. Now, some might think Human Torch might not be out for the count. Okay, that might be a possibility. But if he's out for too long, the Thing gets overpowered, and now it's Plastic Man and Metamorpho, two-man teaming on Johnny Storm. It's not gonna go well. Mr. Terrific might deduce that Mr. Fantastic is the ringleader and therefore the man who comes up with the most of the plays. If he can remove Reed Richards out of the equation through a pocket dimension or other means, the team might have very little moves to go on. Get rid of both Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic, and you definitely have greater odds at beating Johnny and Ben. Plastic Man could possibly provide the shielding, as his body is next to impossible to penetrate. Some might say, well, Mr. Fantastic can do the same. That's true, but why do all that when you have a good woman on your corner who can shield an entire planet for protection? Phantom Girl keeps the fight at Wildcard's favors, as her phasing capabilities grant her the least amount of harm to be able to take on anyone on this team. She can also touch objects, and those also come in handy when you're thinking about surprise attacks. Metamorpho has another half that can do the same abilities as he can, and if he can conjure him up, the fight greater favors the Terrifics more, with them being able to double team and produce twice the amount of power to provide heavy fire. Fight takes place in other dimensions, it might favor Mr. Terrific and Phantom Girl more, as Mr. Terrific devices keep him informed wherever they are, and Phantom Girl is from the 4th dimension, so it's an instinct for her. Mr. Terrific's T-Spheres will be the second set of helping hands, not only for him, but for his team as well. If even just one T-Sphere is left to monitor the fight from each teammate, the AI will potentially be able to spot certain threats to certain fellow team members and offer a temporary shielding or create a distraction so that the opponent loses focus for a moment, and that's when Terrific's team members can take their shot. If Mr. Terrific gets time himself to observe each fighter and what they can do, he might be able to find ways to exploit particular weaknesses. He might even have a helpful device to boost up his own team members. The time wouldn't necessarily need to be too long, as his T-Mask has a built-in supercomputer to lighten that load. Phantom Girl might just be able to disrupt all of Reed Richards' devices, as it's still solid objects, and she has a way of ruining tech-based things when running through it. So this might slow Mr. Fantastic down. Mr. Terrific could potentially bust out with a black hole out of nowhere, as he does have the brains to make that happen. Toss that bad boy closer to Mr. Fantastic's the Fantastic Four crew, and the win is as good as theirs. Working together, the team can form distractions and unpredictable attacks, and if working solo, the team does have certain characters' numbers. But no matter how you slice it, the Terrifics have this one. Alright guys, and now in this corner representing Marvel Comics, I believe Marvel's first original team, the Fantastic Four. Alright, now let's talk about the endgame. They have been a team from the jump, making their bond much more stronger and fluent. This making their team work much more easier flow and quicker teamwork reaction time. Mr. Fantastic getting the background on these characters and prep time, and 3 out of those 4 members are going down. Reed is considered a brilliant inventor, which is why he would have plenty of gadgets to provide against Phantom Girl, Plastic Man, and Metamorpho. Mr. Terrific would have to be subdued by all 4 together. Invisible Woman might have a trick to shield Phantom Girl into an isolated area, given Invisible Woman has similar traits, which she might have taught herself how to counteract powers like those. If a play could be made where Human Torch has 2 of them in his grasp, he has a fighting chance at taking them out completely to help the team in outmatching them in a numbers department. Using a supernova blast, he could take out the very least Plastic Man and Mr. Terrific to get 1 or more. Unlike the Metamorpho, would require a surprise attack where he can't conjure anything fast enough. Human Torch might be drained out of the commission after this, but now it's 3 Fantastic Four members and 2 Terrific members to work on. Now the $1 million question is, who's got the bigger brain between Mr. Fantastic and Mr. Terrific? To answer that, I'll use this example. Reed Richards stretched his brain neurons, granting him much more thinking process to help against a very complex problem. Mr. Terrific is considered the 3rd smartest man, so which seems smarter? When it comes to outwitting an opponent, Dr. Richards, or Mr. Fantastic, whatever you want to call him, has a greater chance at it. If Metamorpho were to use heat at any point in this battle, Johnny will have an advantage to absorbing that fire from Rex, leaving him possibly weakened and allowing Ben to overtake him. If Invisible Woman gets one-on-one with Phantom Girl and she has her number, Phantom Girl is impressive, but Invisible Woman has more options when it comes to powers and quite possibly maybe more knowledgeable in fighting, given she's a smart cookie herself. Now, if Invisible Woman felt the fight is overwhelming for her and her team, she can create a protective shielding for her and the team and give them a moment to reform a new plan without allowing the other team to hear them, as her shields can cancel out noise within it. Some might think, well, that creates a few problems, some of which is how long would it last, and what happens when you want to bring the shielding down and the other squad blitz you right then and there. Let's start off with the shielding holding. This is the same woman who was able to shield planet Earth for a time from Sentry. The character with like 1 billion, or if not 1 million, exploding suns force within him. So as far as keeping them safe, yeah, solid as a rock. The second part is bringing the shielding down. Now, in the comics, she managed to push back a lot of members in the Marvel-verse, like Thor, Hulk, and Spider-Woman, just to name a few. Having done that to some pretty powerful beings proves she has what it takes to get some space from the Terrifics before they go back into going a couple rounds or fighting again. If Ben and Johnny decided to work together, there's no question that things groundwork coupled up with Human Torch covering the skies would put the other team in some serious trouble, as one is strong enough to match blows with the Hulk while the other can go higher temperatures than that can reach Nova base levels. Mr. Fantastic's car comes to play all you know, right? As also a helping hand to either become a distraction or help with some medical attention for the team. Invisible Woman could possibly sneak around a few of the other members, as neither have senses that could spot her. Surprise element attacks is optional, but only against possibly Plastic Man and Metamorpho. Mr. Fantastic and Mrs. Fantastic, I'm just going to call her that, could work together to eliminate Mr. Terrific's T-spheres if they were to use their powers to form multiple limbs in physical body form or in constructs. Those could reach out to some range and take each one of them out with a clean swoop. This gives them a greater odds. Quite possibly the oldest team in Marvel Comics, years of working together and being known for it should indicate they work in unison compared to the others who formed the team long after. They have a few brains in the crew, and those brains can truly run circles with almost everyone in the Terrific team except Mr. Terrific, of course. Regardless, together or apart when battling, the team will give them a run for the money and get the winnings once the run is over. Alright guys, as always, it's not up to me, it's up to you guys. So if you liked either one of my arguments, you know what you can do. You can hashtag the Fantastic Four, or you can hashtag the Terrifics. And as always, No Press Fam, we really appreciate you guys keeping it 800 subs. Peace. Shout out to all my content supporters. We're not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats, Watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos, Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and key issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below.